A community in the west of Durban says it's fed up with the lack of water and electricity. They've vowed to shut down all entrances and exits to the area today. Recent heavy rains floods left extensive infrastructure damage. Our reporter Manqoba Mchunu is in KwaNdengezi this morning and joins us now. Manqoba, good morning. We understand that the community is frustrated over the lack of services. What is the situation now? I mean, I see there's burning tires behind you. Quite a lot is happening.
Indeed, Fundo, well, these community members are still out here on the streets. Of course, they have been here since Sunday night, protesting here over the issue of constant power cuts in this particular area. They are telling us, Fundo, that they have power cuts that last from 12 hours up to 24 hours, and this happens almost every day, and they're saying that they are really fed up with this situation. They say that the municipality is actually responsible for the power cuts in this particular area. We do also understand that there is also a water issue that these residents say is also endemic in this particular town. I can tell you, Fundo, that from last night, this particular road has been blocked to traffic. There were no cars that were moving at all in this particular street, and this is a very important road that leads to the N3 if you're going towards Durban, if you're going towards Pietermaritzburg. So it is quite an important route that many would use to actually use or to go to those particular areas. And so up until now, when the Metro Police have arrived here on scene, this particular road has been closed. But the police, of course, have just arrived just a short while ago, and they're trying to clear up the rubble that is here on the road. But of course, these community members, Mfundo, saying that they're still here, they're still going to continue with those protests up until they get a word from the councillor or the municipality as to how the electricity issues will be resolved. And what they're telling us, Fundo, is that they suspect that there is some sort of a plan by the municipality to actually cut off power to this area, because they say that it happens at times when the schools are out. It doesn't happen when schools are still in session. There's particular times when the electricity will then be switched off, and then they're saying that this happens usually also on weekends when most people are at home. So many of the residents saying that this has been quite a huge inconvenience for them, because they've been losing quite a number of things. They say that their food is getting rotten in the fridges. Swami, ngicela ukukhuluma nawe just usibekele isimo senu la sisi ukuthi nikhala ngani.
Into esikhala ngayo lana iningi kakhulu, amanzi sekunenyanga ezu4 awekho, ugesi asutholi ngalendlela lesiudinga ngayo. Sipowe ingane seyishonile la sidinga amahamsi asinawo, izinto eziningi nje asinazo mesikhala ngazo, and ukhansela asimazi ukhansela. Lesi struggle lesisiqalile sithi silindele ukhansela, asimazi ukhansela kafikile, because ukhansela kumele efike la ukuthi sibuze ukuthi sikhala ngani simtshele, kodwa yena asimazi, sikazi simbone, kodwa ukuvota asavota.
Isimo sagesi sijobo sachaza ukuthi kunesimo sikagesi, ukhona njengamanje ugesi kume kanjani manje?
Yebo ukhona ugesi, kodwa nje isikhashana nje sincanyana uzobona usungekho futhi. Yebo nje sadilikala na izindlu, akazange efike ukhansela, amaphasela agcina leko lokushini, asiwazi la sazilutho. Kathi asamsoqasha asiphume emahholo sambe sekoqasha.
Well, thank you, Siswami. Just give us a sense, Fundo, of some of the issues. Of course, they're saying that the issue of electricity is the main problem and what this community is complaining about. But also, there's also this water issue, which they say is also quite a big problem in this community. In fact, we understand that several of the schools have actually sent the kids or the children back to their homes today due to the issue of water, as well as this ongoing protest in the area. And these residents saying, Fundo, that they are fed up with not getting any answers as to what really is the cause of this electricity problem in this particular area. We do understand that this is not the only area that has been affected. There's also areas that are also neighboring KwaNdengezi that have also been affected, and these include Zwelbovu as well as Dazenhoek, which also have similar power issues. So these residents saying, Fundo, that they're going to stay here. Of course, they're demanding answers from the municipality. They're saying that they're still going to continue trying their luck, trying their best, in fact, to get those answers from officials. And they're saying that their protest will continue indefinitely.
Manqoba, just for clarity here, is the service or the water and electricity issue a historic issue that has been exacerbated perhaps by the recent floods, or what we're looking at here is something that is most recent? Can you just give clarity on that? Is it historic, exacerbated by the floods, or what's going on?
Well, Mfundo, what residents are saying is that, when it comes to the issue of electricity, this is a long-standing issue, and they say that, it will happen every second week that this area will not have electricity. So even before the floods, these residents say this issue has been there. It's an issue that they've been, of course, protesting over time about, trying to raise attention of officials to try and deal with some of these issues. And of course, the water issue, I understand, Mfundo, is also an issue that has been here for quite a number of years. In fact, I recall that about 4 or 5 years ago, these residents also took to the streets over the issue of water. The water had been, problematic in this particular community. So this issue, they say, of course, was exacerbated by the floods when it comes to the water supply. But they say that the water was since restored and has been running. But up until a few weeks, when they then started seeing these constant shortages of water in this community. So it seems that these are issues that have been bubbling for a long time in this community, issues that have been there for a long time. And they're saying that they're not necessarily caused by the recent flooding that has occurred in this particular area. And that's the reason why they're saying that they have now resorted to coming to the streets to try and get some answers as to what really is happening when it comes to these issues.